Yeah, Mike, you had some time to reflect. What are some of the things that happened Sunday that you all can correct and try to move forward with the offense?
Yeah, I kind of hit on it, but just executing. We got to execute the small details and do all the small things right in order for us to be able to make big time plays. And obviously, like I said, it starts with me. I got to be better with my execution and putting us in a position to help us win football games and also throw it to the wide open receivers when they open. So,
how do you anticipate Zach coming down on the field to help you with that and to help kind of your flow in the game?
Yeah, it'll be good. Just to be able to have him to talk to on the sideline, so he can tell us what he's seeing as well and why he's calling certain plays, in the series that's coming up. So it should be good.
Did they ask you if you had a preference, whether he was sideline or booth?
No, I'm good either or.
How are you feeling just physically? You took a lot of hits in that game too. Did any of that play a factor of you not playing your best? Were you feeling sore, bumps and bruises, anything like that?
Nah, man, there's no excuses. Everybody get hit. Everybody's sore. It's football. It's a game we signed up for. So.
You said the open receivers. Have you been missing them or not reading it, or what's been going on in that situation?
I just gotta hit them. I gotta see him and hit them. That's it.
Can you feel the frustration maybe in that receivers room, especially they want to get in the end zone, they want to make an impact, they haven't been able to do that yet?
I wouldn't say it's frustration. I feel like the guys have been great. Obviously everybody wants to make plays, and when you're not making plays, it's tough. But at the end of the day, the guys are rallying around each other, and it's been all positive, and just trying to figure out a way for us to get better at that point, and we will, because I can see how determined people are to want to go out there and do great. So,
how can you get Darnell more involved just in terms of this explosive passing attack?
Just keep giving him opportunities. Obviously he's a great pass catcher. He's a great route runner, and he's going to get open. So just giving him those opportunities and, putting him in position to be great. And like I said, the ball is in my hand every play, so I got to find a way to get him the ball.
Mike, what's the biggest lesson that you want to learn yourself in order to grow as a quarterback from Sunday?
The biggest lesson? Just stay the course. I say just stay the course. Don't get discouraged. It's never nobody perfect. We're not always gonna have the best game. We're not always gonna have the game that we wanted. Obviously, putting up 0 points is tough. It's tough sledding for the offense, and nobody likes that. But at the end of the day, that's week 3. We got a whole season ahead of us, and we gotta come ready to play this week and for the rest of the season. So that's what our focus is right now, and just always continue to remember You can't change the past. You got to move on and find a way to get better and do better the next week.
You had a kind of a crazy performance against this team coming up with the Commanders, and do you expect to kind of get back to that somehow? Or
when you say crazy performance,
just a strong performance, that's what I'm saying.
Against them last year?
Yes, sir.
I didn't think so. I feel like I missed a lot of opportunities that game last year. Obviously that was the second game starting with the first receiver, so it was a lot of chemistry stuff that was still getting built. So I don't know. It was good at the end, to be able to put us in the opportunity to win at the end of the game. But I feel like that game could have been better, from all aspects of me playing. But it's not just about me; it's about this team. And like I said, I touch the ball every play, and I can help this team win football games. And that's what I got to do.
Mike, going back to last year, what Guy was talking about. You seem to air the ball out a lot more those 3 starts last year, throwing the deep ball, playing looser, playing more comfortable. The first 3 games, maybe not as much of that. What would you say the difference has been so far?
I'm not sure. We're just trying to figure it out. Each and every day we getting better. I feel like it's always in the game plan, and whenever those opportunities are called, we got to take advantage of them. And I feel like we haven't been taking advantage of them whenever they have been called. And I feel like that's the only difference. Just haven't been taking advantage of it, and we got to start doing that.
There's been a lot of talk about the pistol and you guys running that more and how that might not be a good advantage for the run game and things like that. Do you have any say or your thoughts on the pistol, or do you feel like that maybe, I don't know, you shouldn't run it or you don't like to run it, or any thoughts on it?
Nah, I love the offense. I like all of it. There's no excuses to us, not executing. It don't matter what formation we in. The defense still don't know our play. We got to go out there and execute them at the end of the day. So.
How have the conversations been just these last few days with teammates, coaches, in terms of just understanding where the breakdowns were and how you can, fix them obviously?
It's been positive. The conversation's been positive. The guys are looking forward to a bounce back week, and that's all we can do at this point. We can't go back and change what happened this past Sunday, but we can fix and do the right thing so that we can have a better result this week, and that's what all the conversation's been about.
Do you feel like there's a good understanding amongst the team of where the breakdowns were occurring and just how you can consistency?
Yeah, for sure. We got a good understanding, and like I said, it all comes down to executing. At the end of the day, you got to be better. You got to win your one-on-one matchups, and I got to find ways to help us win. And I didn't play winning football on Sunday, so I got to find a way to do that, and that's what we're gonna do.
I feel like with Mooney missing most of training camp, that might have affected some of the chemistry between you two just so early in the season?
I don't think so. I feel like we had a good off season, and I feel like our off season was good enough to where those couple weeks that he did miss it, we weren't a step behind. I felt good about where we were, so I wouldn't put it on that.
How comfortable are you at this point in your career in being proactive in terms of going to Zach as you review games and saying, I don't like this, get rid of this, I want more of this, X, Y, and Z, or are you more taking things in at this point because you're making your 6th, 7th NFL start?
Nah, man, we have great conversations, and he asked me the things I like and the things I don't like, and by the end of the week, come game day, we have those things out if I don't like it, and so everything that's in the play call, I agreed on, and he made sure that I liked it, so it's none of that.
Raheem said he's sort of thinks of you as a rookie in terms of your development because you're only making your 6th or 7th start. And because of that, he's willing to give some grace for games like this. Do you look at it the same way? Do you still feel like a rookie, or do you, I know grace is not, you've had this conversation.
Yeah.
It's not your strong suit with yourself.
Yeah, it's not, but I'm an NFL football player. A rookie, 2nd year, 10th year, it don't matter. We all in the NFL. Our fans, they don't care who's a rookie, who's not. If you're on that field, everybody want to see you perform. And at the end of the day, that's what we got to do, and that's what I got to do. And we're going to flip the script.
I know you always go into a week wanting to win, but would you describe there's more urgency, I guess, in the building this week to try and get a win, considering you guys had the really tough loss?
I wouldn't say it's more urgency, because then that sounds like we didn't have urgency the last couple of weeks. It's always been great. Raheem hinted on it, on Monday. He was saying, he felt like last week was one of our best weeks of practice. He felt like everybody practiced good, and we practiced at a high level. So I wouldn't say as far as urgency, we feel like we have to have more of that. We just got to execute. We got to execute and find a way to win. That's all it is.
How's the team take it when you're not performing where you should be and a coach loses his job? Do you take that personal, or do you feel upset or sad, or how do you take it when a coach loses his team so early?
Yeah, man, it's tough. Everybody loved Ike. I love Ike. I'm always gonna love Ike. He's been nothing but great, to me and this team since he's been here. So it's always respect with him, and for me, I try not to take the blame, but I do feel like I have to help the guys as well. At the end of the day, the coaches, they're going to coach their tails off each and every day, but at the end of the day, the players, we're the ones that's on the field, making those plays. So as far as the whole, losing the coach, that's above me. Obviously that's something I can't really speak on. But I'm just speaking on us as players. We got to go out there and make the plays at the end of the day.
You mentioned the lesson was don't get discouraged. Would a continuation of that be don't show your discouragement? When Raheem mentioned he could tell that you felt down, might that have contributed to his decision to make a change in the 4th quarter, you think?
I don't know. You got to ask him.
Did you get feedback about the fact that you showed your discouragement, not just felt it, but showed it?
I got feedback from DJ, my quarterback coach. He always tells me just keep your head up. Don't show those discouraging moments. But I'm human. I ain't perfect. I want to be perfect. So sometimes I do get discouraged whenever I'm not. But at the end of the day, it's football. We got another week ahead of us, and I got another opportunity to go out there and show who I am.
What have you seen from just Washington Commanders on tape as you're preparing for this game?
Yeah, good defense. You know, I feel like they show a lot of different things. You know, I feel like between last year and this year, they're pretty similar structure. You know, I feel like they have an identity and they've been doing good with it, and it's gonna be a good game.
This is really the first time we're getting to talk with you since coming off of a bad game. So how do you respond? Like, are you the type that's like watching the film on the flight back, or flight back or drive back? Are you watching it once, moving on? Are you watching it a couple times? Like, what are you like after that?
You saying the film from last week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched it. I watched it twice. But like once Monday hit, I'm on to the next week. You know, I can't sit there and soak in it. I got to be there for my team, and you know, I can't come around here in the building moping around, you know, that next week, because obviously we got another game this week coming up. So I got to show the team that, you know, no matter what happened last week, you know, I'm ready to attack this week strong.
Are you a social media guy? How much, just in general?
Nah, not much. I'm on it, but not much.
Hey, how does Bobby Wagner, he's a 10-time Pro Bowler, how does he jump off film when you're getting ready for the Commanders defense there?
Yeah, he looks good. You know, he's still moving good. You know, being in the league for so long, you know, he's still a great player and a highly respected player. And, you know, last year whenever I was out there on the field, you know, against him, it was cool to see because, like, I remember watching him growing up and I'm like, dang, it's crazy. I'm actually on the field with him. So, you know, nothing but respect to him and you know, what he's done in this league. And, you know, he's still going.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thanks.
See y'all.